The Retrospective series is now back with the new Saw 10 coming out in September. I thought, why not go back and rewatch and talk about all the Saw movies leading up to the newest one coming out. So today we will be starting with the original, the James Wan directed Saw. So this is the first one that ever was made back in 2004. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on it. Has it changed over the time? What I love about it, what I don't like about it. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. What did you guys all think of the first Saw? Do you love that movie? Smash it down there. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And let's talk about Saw right now. Okay, so the original Saw, directed by James Wan, came out in 2004. Now, this is a horror movie that came out with this new concept of introducing an idea where someone would capture people and put them in situations where it's almost like a game of survival, where they must do certain tasks in order to survive. And this all comes back to what they do in their actual life. Who have they pissed off? What have they done? Have they done something wrong? It's all these things into one, and it is violently brutal as you progress throughout the series. Now, Saw 1 is shot in basically almost one location the whole entire time. There are scenes where we are taken away from the bathroom, but majority of it takes place in a bathroom between two characters, between Dr. Gordon and Adam. Now, these are two people that were captured and put in this situation, and they now must work together in order to get free. Now, what I love about the first Saw movie is the tension and thrill that you get when you watch this movie. Now, you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, two people trapped in a bathroom, chained up. How thrilling can that be? How can that be good? But what James Wan does so well is the way he directs it, the way that he's able to introduce the lore of Jigsaw and mix it in with this storyline and this plot line that's going on with Dr. Gordon and Adam. And having them in the bathroom trying to figure out things, not trusting each other fully, and trying to understand where they actually stand as things go on. Now, what I also love is the actual lore itself behind Jigsaw. This is where we get our first introduction to the character Jigsaw, who is the mastermind behind the game, who is the mastermind at finding people who aren't the best of people in the real world and then throwing them into this game, and like he likes to say, is changing their soul, giving them a sense of purpose in life rather than just have them going through life and not appreciating what they have. Now, as you progress throughout the Saw series, you understand why Jigsaw does this and what is going on with him. Why does he do this? And there's a lot of things that happen. And we will talk about that as we progress throughout the series. Now, the cinematography here, I actually really enjoyed as well. I thought the way that it's shot is fantastic. James Wan knew what he was doing, knew what he wanted to do. There's this particular scene involving a particular character and the reverse bear trap. Now, the reverse bear trap is one of those traps that is just iconic. And a trap that you put on your face, it's timed and it's in your mouth, and if you don't unlock it in time, it just rips your jaw completely wide open. It is brutal, it is disgusting, but it is iconic. And the way that he shot this scene with Amanda, how she's there with it on and she is shaking, and it's like this fast motion of her shaking, like you just feel the tension, you feel how scared she is, you feel that she's trying to get it off. It's shot beautifully, and the demonstration video, it's just absolutely beautiful. So in this one as well, in this movie, we do have some sequences of traps. As we move forward, you get more traps that have bigger impacts as you go on in the series. This one doesn't necessarily have the most traps. There is another trap that two other traps that we do see, where there's a particular person who's got to open a box and they got this flammable liquid on them and they obviously catch fire. There's another one that's got to go through barbed wire, that's got to come through this razor wire thing, that's got to try and get out, otherwise he's going to die. And so you have these traps. It's violent, It's brutal, especially when the cops are chasing Jigsaw in this movie and one of them gets gunned down by shotguns above. It is brutal, blood everywhere, but that's what we love about the Saw franchise is it's bloody and gory. Now, as we get in, the characters of Adam and Dr. Gordon are very intriguing. They are very they're not one dimensional. Like Dr. Gordon has all this stuff going on in his life. We see his life and what he's actually been up to, how he's cheating on his wife, and this whole thing that's going on with his family being captured and being a part of this game. What is he willing to do to save them? Is he willing to kill another person? Is he willing to kill Adam in order to save his family? That is what's going through, and his character arc is fantastic. And when they find the actual cutters there, it's just absolutely brutal. And when Dr. Gordon says he wants us to cut through our feet, you're just sitting there like, nah, that's not going to come down to that, is it? No. But Adam as well is like, well, what are we going to do? And Adam has his own little character arc where he takes photos of rich people that are doing affairs and everything like that and then shows them. So he's sort of almost like a private investigator sort of thing, except he just takes photos and then he sends them off. So you have these two characters who are linked because of the affair, and what are they willing to do? How far are they willing to go? And that's what the first Saw is all about. It's about pushing the human mind to its complete and utter limit. How far are you willing to go to save the ones you love? How far are you willing to go to save yourself? How much do you value life? And there's all these twists and turns. And when we get this twist about who has actually captured Dr. Gordon's family and how he ties into the whole story, it's fantastic. I thought it's well written to be able to have these different characters all interacting in the real world and then coming together in one big game that is going to cost lives. It's absolutely brilliant. I think it works so well. And then obviously we get the scene of Dr. Gordon cutting his foot completely off. Like it's absolutely brutal. It's one of those scenes where you're like, oh, this is just that would hurt. Like it's one thing to be able to see it in that, but imagine being in that situation. Like you have to cut your foot off. I don't know if I have the balls to do that. I don't know, and I hope I'm never in a situation where I have to do that, because that is just it's brutally crazy. It's just absolutely mental. Like, oh, can you imagine that? That's just weird. And but obviously he gets free and he tells Adam, I'm going to come back for you. I'm going to go get help. So he eventually leaves. And then we get the giant twist. As the Saw theme happens, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I think the Saw theme is absolutely awesome. And when it starts to go on, and then you see the dead body that's in between there rise up, starts to take off the makeup, and you realize it's John, the guy that was actually in the hospital with Dr. Gordon talking about the cancer. So this is where you start to realize, okay, Jigsaw's sick. He's not healthy. He's got cancer. So what's going to happen here? And this is where you start to see Jigsaw develop as a character, why he does what he does. What is his actual motive here? And you see him step up, and this big twist. I remember the first time ever watching it and being like, oh my God, what the? I did not expect it at all. And then when Adam finds the guy who kidnapped Dr. Gordon's family, when he comes to kill Dr. Gordon, when they do kill him, he takes his recorder and hears that he was part of the game. And it's like this massive reveal. And then when Jigsaw says to Adam, look, the key was in that bathroom. And then it goes back to the very, very start when you see Adam wake up and this blue light goes down the actual plug. It goes down there into the piping and that, and it's gone forever. The throwback to that is just absolutely fantastic, where it's like, you see that at start and you're like, is that important? I don't know. But then James Wan brings it all the way back, and it is very important because it's the key to him getting out. It's absolutely brilliant. I really like the first Saw. I think it's the way that he's able to capture that thrill, you on the edge of your seat, the lore explored as with the flashbacks and everything like that, especially when Dr. Gordon's talking about the Jigsaw Killer and what he has done in that, and Adam's like, whoa, how do you know all this? It's absolutely phenomenal. To me, this is just one of those great horror movies that doesn't rely on jump scares, doesn't rely on, the tropes or anything like that. It's a good, grounded horror that just is bloody and gory, but not over the top, but works with the story as well. The plot has got a lot in it. It explores the lore. It's fantastic, and it's the introduction to this franchise that we're going to be talking about that is absolutely either fantastic or absolutely not. So yeah. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you guys all think of the first Saw? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down there. Smash that like button. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.